and welcome to another SmurfWrecker tutorial. This video is going to be covering the Aimbot, aim smoothing, trigger bot, rage mode, and all the features therein. So we'll start off with Aimbot because it's the simplest. So it works just like bhop. There is a toggle key and then an aim key. The toggle key, it does just what it sounds like. By default it's I. Whenever you press I, it toggles it on and off. But it can also be manually toggled by just clicking the button. Now, the aim key is a little bit different than the bhop key, although it works very much the same. So right now, even though it's on, you're not going to lock on to anybody. But when you press the aim key, which by default is right click, if you're within the FOV of the player, you'll lock on to them. See? Now, you might be thinking, now what is the FOV? So if you're not familiar with cheats, the FOV is basically how close you can be to the enemy's head before it'll lock on. So by default it's 1, which means you have to be very close to their head for it to actually lock on. You can see that here. So you have to be within 1 degree on either side of his head for it to lock on. So if I'm right clicking right now, but it's not locking on because my FOV is only 1. But if I were to set this to the highest, which is 180, now you can see I lock on no matter how far away I am. But the issue with that is that you might aim on somebody that you're not intending to, because you can lock on to anybody, anywhere. But that is the basics of the aimbot. Now triggerbot works exactly as you'd imagine. You do not need aimbot on for triggerbot, and it only has 1 key, which is the toggle key. Now that works the same as every other toggle key. So the way that triggerbot works is simply, if somebody's in your crosshairs, you're going to shoot. You can see that once we find somebody. There's somebody. So if somebody's in our crosshairs, it automatically shoots. We recommend right now that you use this mainly for sniping, scouts, maybe AKs, one-hit type things. Now, if you turn aimbot on, that gets you very close to our rage mode. So when you have both on, it works just as you'd expect. When you right-click, it will drag your crosshair to their head, and then it will also automatically shoot. So now if we turn that off, we can turn on our rage mode. Now what the rage mode does is very similar to what the trigger plus aimbot mode does, except with a subtle difference. By default, with the regular aimbot, you will not be able to aim at people through walls. So for example, if you saw that guy behind there, you would not be able to lock onto him, but with rage mode you can. That is the biggest difference between aimbot and rage mode. And then rage mode automatically has triggerbot on. You do not need to toggle that on separately. It also works when scoped, as you can see, which is honestly the most fun way to use this. It automatically shoots for you. All you have to do is press right click and then just get into their line of sight so that you can shoot at them. So now the last thing is aim smoothing. What aim smoothing does is it makes your crosshair, instead of locking onto them, it takes you there over around 1/4 of a second. So as you can see how I smoothly go there instead of just snapping right to their head? It makes it look much more legit, especially in 32 tick Overwatch. Now this is a beta feature, so it is not without bugs yet. However, it works very well for how new of a feature it is for us. Now the last feature here that we have not covered yet is Aimbot Mode, which is very simple. By default it's set at head, so it automatically aims at the enemy's heads. You click it, switches to chest, and now when I aim at somebody, it will automatically lock onto their chest. Let's turn smoothing off. We'll see they're coming over here, and you'll notice that it aims at their chest now. See, this is where it aims now. If I turn it back to head, it aims there, right at the head. So that's really all the features for this. If you have any more questions or need to learn about any other features, feel free to watch the rest of our tutorial videos. They include every feature and setting that we have on here. And you can also join our Discord or talk to our live representative on our site. And that's going to be all for today. Thanks guys, thank you for joining the SmurfWrecker family, and have a good day.